All right there now, world. It's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, reporting from the Bamboozled Again News Network. And again, I'll jump around, hit different talking points. Um, this is just about when things don't go according to plan. I didn't have a title for this video, but then last night, as I was winding down for the evening, I ain't gonna put his name in it, for, because of his business, right? But and I hadn't seen him on YouTube recently. Unfortunately, one of them out of sight, out of mind type of things. But I honestly believe that YouTube has been very instrumental on my journey. But I don't be knowing what I need to know. I just run across the information and then see how pertinent it is to helping me understand, maybe things in the past or whatever I'm currently dealing with. And this particular brother uh, has been the most insightful to me as far as, narcissism, gaslighting, what you go through as an empath, the various stages, the counter tactics you should invoke, what's really going on with these people. So because of content, him and a few other brothers, but as far as just the concentration of that narcissism, empathy, and so on and so forth, he's probably, to me, in my humble opinion, the creme de la creme, as far as that goes. And he's been very instrumental in my journey, helped me identify, and navigate various situations that I probably wouldn't have had I not got that confirmation. I'd already started having these epiphanies in my mind, but then to hear it from someone else, in detail and description, I'm like, okay, yeah. He had posted last night, and for those that know, they may know, he's had within the last 6 months, he's had a death in the family, had to sell his home, so on and so forth. And then last night, he just so happened to pop up in my notifications. So I said, oh yeah, that's my man's and them. So I click on it, and he's basically asking for help to get a car battery because, just along the journey of transition, he doesn't feel comfortable. His resources are minimal, so on and so forth, and things of that nature. And I've, been on his lives or whatever, and, women contribute and so on and so forth. But it just made me think, and I did, help the brother out. Praise the Most High that I had the ability to do so. And I like giving, especially to someone who has been instrumental in my journey. I enjoy being there for people when they need somebody, because like the New Breed song, I know what it's like to do for others, or to just have genuine motives and whatever, and then look up, and when you need some help, you can't find nobody with binoculars, and then how stupid you feel, and like, man, I should, man, woo, woo, woo. But then you just can't, you might play with it in your mind, but you just can't fully turn over into being like them. But then you're trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I stop this from happening? You know what I'm saying? So I'm a lot more wise when it comes to that. But it just made me think about how, and I think because of this attack against, manhood, masculinity, I think a lot of time what ends up happening is brothers then, to combat that as a counter tactic, they kind of go over and beyond in the masculine department. When you talk about the fruit of the spirit, gentleness, meekness, those don't necessarily come across as masculine, but it takes a secure man in himself to be vulnerable without worrying about what you're going to think or how you're going to try to use it against me. To me, that's actually true power, not attempting to overpower others, because I have my own power in and of myself. And if you put me in the right situation or circumstance, you'll see that power. And then after that, I'll go back to, chilling, just being easy to be around, not necessarily rah, 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 you know what I mean? But I know that very seldom that I've seen no brothers have, contributed or whatever. And they ain't saying nothing about nothing. I'm just saying, I felt blessed to be able, again, to help someone who I don't know, but who has been impactful and knowledgeable and informative along my journey. I'm down by law, you know what I'm saying? I've seen times when I was shucking and jiving in the world, and let's say I run across whoever and it looked like they need some finance for just a couple of hours or whatever, and if I ain't have it, I would actually feel bad about me. Like, darn, y'all out here shit. I can't even help the next man or the next woman. Man, you know what I'm saying? But I said that to say this, and it just kind of reminds me of how, and of course, I'll check in with him later when I stop, just to, check on him or whatever the case may be. But the love of many has truly waxed cold. I'm thoroughly, like, there's no more gray area. I think you're either trending towards the Most High in whatever leg of the journey you're on with that, or you're going towards this demonic narcissism, self-absorption, being a lover of yourself, lover of pleasure, woo. And I know in the Bible talks about, the disciples, having all things common, sharing what they had, more communal, whatever. And I understand, I get all this attempting, even in my own personal life, attempting to level up financially for strategic purpose, not just for the sake of having fake paper money, fiat currency, or for the vanity of it, even though I'm mindful that that could be the case, you know what I mean, as I do self-analysis. It's more for strategic, for my family, for lineage purpose, so I can help others without having to be in someone's institution and paid to help. It just reminds me of how much the love of many has waxed cold, even among the quote-unquote chosen. Where if we're all so say chosen, yeah, we might have a disagreement, yeah, we might have a doctrinal difference, but where's the love, B? And I think what's happening among the chosen niche on YouTube, like, people are picking sides, and I've kind of, like, I pick sides as far as my observation of certain events, but I'm staying neutral in the sense of the cause and the mission of the Most High. And I also understand that I have to allow the master potter to continue to mold and form me. Granted, I'm way beyond where I started, but just with every, grade level, there are different tests. You see what I'm saying? Different, to prepare you for the next grade level. And I know, and I've gotten a couple messages this morning in reference to YouTube videos about, now I talk about certain opportunities and how they don't work out, right? And last night I really, simmered down, right? Because me running around and hustling and jump here, that's never worked for me. Never. I tend to get more things done when I flow about it gracefully on my time, or how I'm quote unquote led. So in relation to my certain opportunity, I'm okay with what, if it work or if it don't work, because it always works out. And I don't say that in a cliche-ish kind of way, but the couple messages I got this morning from YouTube was like, I've done the work. I've done the great majority of the internal work. Now it's at a point of just allowing the Most High to move when he feel like moving, without being internally frustrated, like I don't put it on other people, but a bad internal attitude, when I get stuck in traffic, come trying to, woo. And that's where I'm at with it. He ain't let me fall thus far. Again, as I routinely say, my problem is because of me understanding how much I've messed up, that I'm trying to, I don't want to say catch up, but I'm trying to make up for lost time. Again, it would benefit me, but also benefit, those around me, loved ones, community, so on and so forth, for the vision that I got in my mind. And the vision might be intact. Just how I get there might be something totally different. So I'm going to continue to do what I do. But whenever it happens, when it happens, how it happens, I done gave all that up. Now, I'll do that now, and then later on this evening get a little more frustrated. But I ain't missed a bill yet. It's mad when I went over my numbers, right? And the numbers ain't numbering, but they coming together. It's magic. I'm trying to told you. So I done kind of, and it takes me out of stress and understand that this is all a part of the journey. Now I'm gonna have to keep reminding myself and reiterating myself, because I'm quick to get in my flesh and get frustrated, because I am putting in the work, no diggity, no doubt. I'm not just saying that because it sounds good. I'm saying that because that's what I be doing day in, day out. But honestly, even from when I first went to Baltimore to get it together in April of 2016, nothing I had put my hand to has worked. Nothing. So I've been able to deal with, delay, disappointment, At one point, it seemed like he made me invisible. But no matter what the circumstance was dealing with the folks who were in authority over me, if I strip what I'm trying to do out the way, I had what I needed. I just couldn't get to where I was trying to get and obtain what I was trying to obtain when I wanted it. But now looking back on it, I can see how the character was getting built. I don't function the way I'm functioning now. Had I not gone through all the stuff I'd actually prayed to get out of, that made no sense at the time. But like I had one situation, mind you, I've never been to prison, and should have went on a couple occasions. But I had a child support issue in which they were attempting to send me to prison. I said, man, ain't this about how I'm a duck prison all these years when I should have went, legitimately trying, and now I'm in danger of going to prison in my mid-late 30s for child support. I can't see it. But come to find out, I was never in jeopardy of going to prison because I had a particular situation that negated whatever the state was trying to do. I just didn't know it. In relation to like the people that were in authority over me and their tomfoolery and chicanery, it started me on the path of not putting my trust in people, regardless of education or how they sound. It started me on the path of finding my own answers. I probably done it, but not to the degree I do it now, had I not been subjected to that. Now I can just tell when people lying because I've been around so many bamboozlers. Hence the Bamboozled Again News Network. And I'm saying this to y'all, also saying it to myself at the same time, that ultimately it's God's will, not mine. God's will was for John the Baptist to, proclaim the coming of the Messiah. And then at the end, when his mission was complete, he got his head chopped up. And asked, paraphrasing, is this what's really about to happen? I done did everything right. Again, I'm paraphrasing. They say in the kingdom of Yah, nobody's greater than John the Baptist. But he got his head chopped up. You got to be ready to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm prepping not saying it's going to happen, not hoping it don't happen. But if it do happen, you got to be prepared to lose everything in this world or your dreams. What's and I struggle with this. Because I'm very transparent with the Most High. I come for him butt naked. Do I really love you? Or do I love what I hope you'll do for me? Woo! How much do I, you know what I mean? Am I willing to sacrifice even my own goals, dreams, and aspirations to prove or for you to test me to see am I truly, a servant of yours? Is this out of love or is this out of fear? Woo! Watch out there now. Oh, sidebar note, because I'm almost to my destination, so I'm gonna have to hop off here in a minute. But and I'm jumping around, but I saw a news clipping saying that I guess they got Milton or whatever the name of the next hurricane ready to hit Florida, and they're already evacuating Florida. You know what I think going on with these hurricanes? Like what's that? The Helene joint that started in Florida, but somehow destroyed Asheville, North Carolina, which is 300 miles inland. Typically, when a elevated, terrain. Typically, once the hurricane, the way I remember being taught, when the hurricane hit land, because it's not getting the energy or the fuel from the water, it starts losing its power once it hits inland. But I also saw that prior to this hurricane hitting, what's that company? Blackwater, one of them black companies, had actually purchased $90 million worth of land because they had discovered lithium, just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. I started to name this video "The Truth is Stranger Than Fiction Part 2. You can take it how you want to take it. But these folks do have the ability to manipulate the weather. It's like how they did it in Hawaii, where, all the people houses got burnt up, but the trees ain't get burnt up. But Oprah and all the millionaire homes didn't get burnt up. They're mining for raw resources underneath the earth. Yo, I'm telling you, the wickedness is mind blowing to the average person. Who you might do some old wrong, like you might, I don't know, you might cheat on your taxes or something, or you know, you might try to get out of paying somebody or something like that. But the level of wickedness to where you're willing to destroy people's homes to get raw material for a corporation. Even if we look at it like them futuristic movies, it's always some shadowy corporation pulling the strings and gotten power over the government and just used them, you know what I mean? But from what I was saying, with the Helene joint, no, the Milton joint, they're probably about to run the same play in Florida with this Milton thing. Why? Now, I hadn't gotten a chance to see, but they say Sarasota and I believe Tampa are going to be designated as resilient cities. I don't know exactly what that means. Haven't had time to look it up. But I believe that they're actually genetically, I mean, not genetically, engineeringly targeting certain locations for whatever the specific reason. And I know like certain type of stuff like this is written of in the book Behold a Pale Horse by the ex-Navy intelligence officer guy who got unalived mysteriously. All like if you wanna know what's going on now, go order that book off Amazon or wherever you can find it. It talks about silent weapons for quiet wars and incrementalism, social engineering, where all the drugs are coming from, why wars are being fought. It even gets into, you know, the infiltration of religion, like the pharmaceutical industry, the food industry, who really owns your politicians and whatnot. It's actually a good read. On that note, I'm almost to my destination. Just wanted to come through with a quick one on the Monday morning tip, man. Y'all stay up out here.